Hey, it's Ruthie from RuthieGray.mom and the Instagram Insider Hacks podcast. So easy your mom can do it. And for the last 3 episodes, we've been learning how to make money from the Instagram platform. And I'm pleased to deliver this final episode today in the series based on actual case studies from my results and that of my clients and podcast guests. Now, in case you're behind on your listening or you're just tuning in, episode 38 with Susie Goodwin of Run Lift Mom Pod on Instagram delivered how to generate Instagram revenue by driving traffic to your website. And episode 39 was how your amazing content can explode Instagram growth through social selling with Carrie Wilson of the Little Palette Farmhouse on Instagram. Then last week in episode 40, Christa Hutchins of Do a New Thing on Instagram shared how to do a product test using Kickstarter for crowdfunding and why it works seamlessly with Instagram. Be sure to check out those episodes if you haven't already. It's been such fun having these experts on the podcast, and I'm super honored they took the time because all 3 of these ladies are busy, independent businesswomen who have figured out how to use the Instagram platform to market their products or affiliate merchandise. Yours truly has figured this out too, which is why we have this podcast and why we have this series. So it's something I teach my clients and my membership community because each person's Insta presence needs her own strategy. And that's where I get all geeked out, brainstorming and coming up with those strategies for my clients and community members. But today, I'm pulling back the curtain just a little bit to share what worked for me, my clients, and also sum up the advice of my previous 3 podcast guests. This is a meaty episode, so strap on your seatbelt and grab a pencil or your iPhone notes, whatever you have close, because you'll definitely want to log some of these ideas for future use. And now, listen in. Hey there, it's Ruthie from RuthieGray.mom, and welcome to Instagram Insider Hacks. So easy, your mom can do it. This is the podcast that teaches you how to authentically deliver your message in a non-pushy way. If you want to receive engagement and investment on your Insta time, listen in. And now, here's your host, me, Ruthie Gray. All right, let's get started. Number 1 way to make money from Instagram is create your own product. We heard from Carrie Wilson of the Little Palette Farmhouse, how she created her product and products. Also, Christa Hutchins in the last episode 40, she used Kickstarter, and what she developed was her Move Forward Line a Day journal. It was a positive experience. So first, let's talk about, I want to sum up Carrie's advice. So the way she developed her product was to first on Instagram define her story. She was very authentic in what she shared. She got super niched down, consistent, engaged with her audience, and she used Instagram's new features, specifically Reels, because when Instagram releases new features, that means they want you to try them. And if you see those posts taking off, that means Instagram loves them. Let's face it, Instagram loves Instagram. They don't love us, okay? So Instagram wants to use what is going to make Instagram grow even bigger than the beast it already is. So if you just happen in the path of what they want to promote and grow, then good for you. Start using that. And that's what Carrie did. And that's how she grew her audience and developed her product. So Carrie advises that the key to growth on Instagram is posting amazing content. And so what you can do then with that growth that she did and that content is to develop your own product. Now, the way she advises to develop the product is by doing kind of a mind map of your experience in the past, plus your present experience and your expertise in certain areas. Again, you'll want to circle back and listen to that episode with Carrie Wilson on social selling, but it's kind of like a mapping experience. Maybe get out your Post-it notes, do something like that to where you have even a mind mapping or a brain dump or kind of a vision board for what you can really teach other people, because it's often something that comes easy to you that doesn't to others. Take Christa Hutchins, for instance, of Do a New Thing. Now, Christa has a podcast called Just One Simple Thing. And her whole mantra around everything that she does is, well, she's a project manager. And so she breaks down huge projects into small bites. And her advice for how to test a product idea is to just take a few steps first and see if there is response. And that way, if you get good response, then you can move on. If you don't, then you haven't lost too much time on that. But what Christa does through developing her products is she uses her mantra of breaking things down. And that's how she created her product, the simple line a day move forward journal, the one that she used on Kickstarter to crowdfund and test to see if it would be a good idea. And it was amazing. Her results they just exploded. So go listen to episode 40 about that. So you can develop your own product. And the nice thing about it is it's yours. You own the rights to it, and you can launch it however you want. I do this with my client coaching, and I've done this with my courses. Authentic Instagram Engagement is an introductory course. I used to run Instagram accounts, so that was my business for a while. Now I do client coaching. I have my 12-week Insider Intensive that has members inside that. And then I have a membership on the back end. And so it is a continual process, but it is what I excel at because I love Instagram. I love studying Instagram, and I've figured out how to make it work for me. And I did that first before expanding my business. So look and see what you excel at and where your strengths are, in other words. So that's number one, create your own product. Number two, affiliate sales. A great way to do affiliate sales from Instagram is to drive your traffic to a freebie that leads into that affiliate sale, or it's cookied. So what you want to do with affiliate sales is make sure, like Christa said last episode, make sure your affiliate sales is closely aligned with your brand, whatever you're trying to sell. So I've had great success with a writing program I promote called Sticky Blogging by Kelly Holmes. And she offers a free, super valuable workshop that is cookied for up to a year. All I did was talk about the value of writing sticky captions and newsletters, and I modeled what was taught in my own Instagram captions and newsletters. So because I believed in the product and had taken the course and really increased my writing game and sharpened those writing tools, I promoted it in my newsletter, which I continually nurture and give valuable offerings and support. By the way, if you're not an IG Insider member, please get on my list. Go to ruthiegray.mom and you can sign up right there. So people leapt at the chance to join that workshop. I talked about it a lot in my stories. and just showed a recording of the sales page and talked about how it worked for me and that this workshop was completely free and super valuable. And I said, just DM me for the link. And I also put it in my link in bio, but a lot of the people just DM'd me for that link. They said, I need that link. And at the end of the workshop, Kelly offered her sticky blogging course and many people purchased, which made a nice chunk of change and padding for my year when I was busy planning my own authentic social marketing membership launch. So affiliate sales are a great way to promote on Instagram and drive traffic to sales. Number 3, your podcast. Now, you may not have a podcast, but you may be thinking about starting one. And this could also definitely apply to blog. So if you have a blog, you can use that as a traffic driver for money. But Susie Goodwin in episode 38 mentioned how she does this. She drives all of her traffic on Instagram to her podcast. And her podcast is housed on her blog, where she has all the links and landing pages to her affiliate sales products. If you have a podcast, the very best place to house it is on your own blog site. This is what I do too, so that when listeners land there, they can read the show notes, which are full blog posts, and click on the links and hopefully poke around and find more articles that draw their interest. If you can get in their earbuds, you can get them to your podcast site. There's just something about that sound in their ears and that layer of intimacy that either draws or repels the listener. So if you're thinking about podcasting, you should do it. And if you already have a podcast, drive traffic from Instagram to your site. Of course, there are ways to present your podcast. And you can take a look at my site or Susie's or Christa's to see how we do this effectively. Get them to subscribe so they'll always get updates when the next episode drops. Give them a reason to check out your show notes and visit your blog, and eventually you'll be reaping those rewards. Number 4, a book. If you have authored a book or will be doing so in the future, Instagram is your BFF. My friend, Dawn Klingy, who is also in my Authentic Social Marketing membership, just launched her 3rd historical fiction novel and gained traffic from Instagram by running a book club pod, a chat group, which I am in, and I love it. She listed a book of the month for us that she'd already researched, and then we read it and discussed it. Then she wrapped up the season with the launch of her own book. And then she had a bunch of fans who she had developed know, like, and trust with in that chat group who leapt to leave her a review and share the book with others. That was so smart. For me, this was absolutely incredible because I only read historical fiction. If it's fiction, it's historical fiction. Like, that is my jam. And I also love Dawn's writing. And she's a personal friend, so I was happy to be in her group and support her books and write a review. So think of Instagram as a great tool for driving traffic to book purchases. I know I have a lot of friends who are authors who are growing their Instagram accounts. And if that is you, please come see me because I do have a good strategy for this and we just need to chat. So that's a little plug. Number 5 is coaching. Now, as you know, I coach clients and members of my membership on how to effectively market your book, your podcast, product, or even yourself as your brand. I gain clients all the time by authentically presenting myself as my brand in my own voice with my own message. I also share client testimonies and suggestions of what you'll receive from working with me. Then I give short Instagram tips and promote the podcast on Instagram. I gain clients through both the podcast and my Instagram platform because I put out amazing content that is well written and hugely valuable. I am socially supportive on social media, and I take the time to get to know my followers by reaching out both in comments and in the DM. When I see repeat watchers on my stories, I want them to know I appreciate them. They are welcome here. And what can I help them with? But I only offer that if they ask. Christa has her Move Forward membership that she's launched repeatedly from the Instagram platform. If you go back and listen to, it's one of my earlier episodes and I don't have the number right here. Bad. Anyway, she shares exactly how she expanded her platform through a series of lunch break live videos with several larger accounts. So it's the episode about collaboration. I'll put it in the show notes. So she uses collaboration a lot to get her message out as well and to sell her Move Forward Mastermind. I have other friends, Jamie Bailey and Ren Robbins are both clients of mine, both in my membership. Jamie is a marriage counselor who regularly gains clients from Instagram. Ren is a podcast coach, my podcast coach. That is where she gets her clients as well. So this can work for you. Coaching is a great avenue to drive traffic and make money on Instagram. So to sum up these 5 points, number 1, create your own product. What are you good at? What do you excel in? What is something that is easy for you but not for others? Experts say you only have to be a little bit ahead of everyone else, or even of just your ideal client in order to start teaching and creating a product. Number 2, use affiliate sales, drive traffic to a freebie, talk about it, make sure it's something you love, a product you love and you have used. Be authentic and drive that traffic to a freebie that is cookied. Number 3, use your podcast or your blog. Get the traffic over there. Then number 4, a book. If you have a book, Instagram is your best friend for launching, or if you're going to launch, write amazing content over there. I suggest if you haven't taken Kelly Holmes' sticky blogging course, I'll leave the link to the free workshop and you can check that out. And you can also check out the course, but you may already have a book. And so then you're just that much ahead. And then number 5, if you have some kind of a coaching business, you can share testimonies of past clients and share little tidbits so that people can kind of get to know what your teaching style is and what they would be gaining from you and gleaning from you. But remember, it all needs to be hinged on amazing content. You can't just throw up your content and just say, buy my thing, buy my thing. That's not going to work on Instagram. What works is being authentic and being social and showing others that you care about them, that you're there for your followers. It is about your followers, not really you or your product. Your Instagram account is about them and how you can serve them. The key to selling is through service. So you got to be good at customer service. Just think about it. Where are you a repeat customer? Why? What is it you like about that certain business, that product, the company that sells the product, the customer service? We all know that we love good customer service. And if we don't get it, we usually leave. So specialize in customer service and delivering value first, and then ask for the sale. Thank you for listening to this episode, number 41 of the Instagram Insider Hacks podcast. Be sure to check out the show notes for all the links that I've mentioned here. So if you enjoyed this podcast, if you're learning a lot from it, if you love it, would you mind just hitting the 5 stars in the review box and then take just a second to leave a review, then take a snapshot of it and share it to your stories on Instagram and tag me, and I will share it back and tag you back. I would love that. We love podcast reviews because that promotes the health of the podcast, which keeps it going and keeps me going and my guests coming in. And it just helps to know that I'm on the right track with helping you. I will see you next time, and be sure to remain authentic on the Instagram platform. Thank you for listening.